Hi everyone, I'll show you how to use Rnode version 0.5.3. In this video, we'll discuss how to run Rnode code, connect to other network nodes, and become a validator. I'm running a Linux terminal, so your commands may vary slightly, especially if you use Docker. Let's start by running Rnode code. This is the simplest use of Rnode and a good way to check whether you have it installed correctly. We'll run Rnode in standalone mode, which means it won't try to connect to any other nodes on the network. We'll also use no UPnP, so Rnode doesn't try to open a port to the internet. If everything went well, you should see output similar to this. You know the node is fully started when you see starting standalone node. In order to interact with the node, we need a second terminal. Here, I'll start the REPL. The REPL is a thin client that interacts with an actual running node. Here I can type any Rnode code I want. The simplest program is 0. That program does nothing, but I see the contents of the R space and some cost info. I see that my code was evaluated by the node itself. A slightly more complex example sends a process on a channel. When you're ready to run Rnode code that is longer than one line, you can use eval mode instead. Eval mode uses a file full of Rnode code. I'm using this Dining Philosopher's example from the tutorial. When you're ready to run Rnode code that is longer than one line, you can use eval mode instead. Eval mode uses a file full of Rnode code. I'm using this Dining Philosopher's example from the tutorial. When I run the command, I see the tuple space again, and the output comes from the node. To learn more Rnode, make sure you check out our other Getting Started resources. Next, let's see how to join a network. This time, when I run node, I will not tell it to standalone or disable networking features. Instead, I will tell it to bootstrap from a specific node at this address. You'll learn how to get that address in the installation instructions later. This time, when I run the node, I get extra information about peers I'm connecting to. All the Rnode related commands from before still work. Finally, let's see how to become a validator. This process will change somewhat before mainnet launches, but we can already see how validation works. To launch a validating node, we give one more command line option, a validator private key. The node starts about the same as before. In the second terminal, let's deploy the philosopher code to the network. In a second terminal, we can use the same philosopher code as earlier, but this time we will deploy it to the network. You can see that the node received the deploy. That code has not been sent around the network yet, and in fact we can deploy as much code as we like. Once we have all of our deploys done, we can package those deploys into a block and send them all around the network. The command to do that is rnode propose. Now my validator node is proposing a new block to all the other nodes in the network. We see that we sent that block to our peers. We see some peers send the same blocks back to us. I hope you're feeling confident about running Rnode. Make sure to check out our videos on how to install and set up Rnode on each platform. Thank you for watching.